Hello, my friends. Are you well? I hope you're all well. I hope you're all right. And welcome to another video, another little chat with me. And I'm just going to light a candle. I'll light that one because my tea light's about out. Bear with me. Just talk among yourselves. And you will find out why I want to light the candle shortly. So today I wanted to talk about negative energy, and it's a term that gets used a lot, and I kind of wanted to talk about what it is and the various things that can be deemed as negative energy, and yeah, it's one of them things that gets. It's two words that get put together quite a lot and get used quite a lot, but maybe a lot of people, maybe if they're just starting their journey or just discovering things to do with energy and to do with this vibration that's all around us and the way that the universe works, then they may be just coming to the terms of understanding what energy is and what negative energy is and how all these different things can affect us in life. So we have negative energy and we have positive energy. And they both affect us in sometimes good ways and sometimes bad ways, and that goes for the negative energy can sometimes sometimes have positive effects on us because it makes us realize things, it makes us see things that we need to be aware of, and things that we need to be more careful with, people that we need to be more careful with, situations, circumstances. So these negative events can make us be more aware of things in the future moving forward. So it creates almost like a hindsight sort of thing, because if something like that happens again in the future that in the past was deemed as a negative event, or it created some sort of trigger or some sort of response, then it's something you can be ready for or aware of in the future and be able to deal with it better and not be as trapped within it. So yeah, so negative energy comes in so many different forms, and it's one of them terms that's kind of a bit, as soon as someone mentions energy and negative energy, positive energy or vibration, they think, oh, here we go with one of them, one of them loopy-doos or whatever, one of them hippy-dippies, and they're talking about energy, but energy is, as we say on this channel, energy is everything, and it's a scientific fact. You can't come away from that. So whether you think it's hippy-dippy or not, you are energy. Everything is energy. So the thoughts that you have, the words that you use, the emotions that you feel, the way that you react, the things that you say to other people, the way that you deal with different things in life, the actions that you take, they all have an energy, they all have a frequency. So if you're quite hostile or nasty to someone, then that is a negative energy. If you have say heavy emotions or traumas that are linked to you, something that's maybe happened in life, that is a negative energy. So that things that you think, if you think bad thoughts about places, people and situations, then you're creating a negative energy within yourself, because you're creating it with your mind, your thoughts, your words, your feelings. And again, it's this whole manifestation, it's whole alchemy thing. So when we talk about manifestation, you think it, you feel it, you are it, and you bring on the positive and the negative. So being aware of negative energy and what negative energy is an extremely powerful place to be, because then you are more aware of it and you're more geared to be ready for it and for situations. And negative energy can come in other forms as well. So it could be all those that I've already mentioned, but it could be those that I've mentioned that are connected to somebody else that are firing that at you. So you may be the receiver, of the negative energy, not rather than the giver. Because we're all receivers and transmitters. That's what we are. We transmit out and we receive energy. And so whatever vibrational state that we are in at that time, we will receive more of that. It's the law of attraction. It's universal law. So if you're feeling in a low state of vibration, if you're feeling negative, if you've got negative thoughts, if you're always living in the past, always living at past negative events, and not moving forward into the now and looking at yourself as where you are now and how much growth you've made, then again, that's negative energy, because you're harnessing it and you're holding on to it. There's probably also an attachment or a cord or a block there as well, because it's holding you back from being able to see where you are now. So there is a block, or there is something there that is getting in the way. And again, that is an attachment or a cord or a block to a certain situation that's created that manifestation within you of this block of negative energy. And that will be something that will have come from an event, a trauma, a circumstance, a thought, an emotion, and these things get blocked within us. And we have to realize that we are energy beings. We're not, although we are physical, and the physical is extremely dense and it's very heavy, our body operates on energy, we have this system within us that in Hindu it's called the chakra system, and in Chinese philosophy, Japanese cultures, they talk about the life force energy, and it's this energy that moves within us, and it's very closely linked and connected to your subconscious, your deep inner awareness. It's also connected to your soul. There's many underlying layers of that. But then your energy also moves out of your body and it goes into your aura. So if you're a very vibrant, energetic, powerful, then you will have a powerful aura, and people will be able to see that. They'll be able to feel that from you. So auras, when you're looking at auras, doesn't always have to be something that you see. It's something that you can feel from that person. So it's not always a clairvoyant thing of seeing auras. You can have a clairsentient, just a claircognizant feeling about that person, about their aura, about what colour it may be, or the power that they may hold within themselves. So that's their energy body, and it is shining out. So when we talk about shining and shining bright, we're talking about shining our positive energy outwards to transcend that to other people that are around us, to help them on their healing journey, on their awakening journey. And so going back to the negative energy side of things, so moving forward, if we keep looking back at negative events or negative things that have happened, and we can't get past this thing, or we keep replaying that in the past, then there is something there is an issue, there is a block, there is a trauma that needs to be healed. And again, this goes into many aspects of healing, from shadow work, from energy healing, from all the various practices of energy work, basically, to allow your energy to flow with ease, to allow the blocks to be released. Hypnosis sessions are really good. Also massage is really good as well. Although yes, it's connecting more with the physical and to relaxing your muscles, it also has an effect on your energy body, because within you, although you're being relaxed, the more relaxed you get, the more your energy is able to flow with ease. So it's having a double whammy effect. So that's why I like maybe 4 to 6 months, I like to go for a massage to just release anything, because as my healing journey continues, sometimes that stuff that's being released goes into my physical and creates tension or creates blocks or whatever within my physical body. So that needs to be cleared away, and massage is a really, really good way to shift that out. So that's something that I like to do. So we've talked about that side of things within the physical aspect, or within the person aspect. So the mental, the emotional, the thinking, the thoughts, the doing, the speech, all those are a negative energy. There's also things more on the spiritual side of things, where we talk about negative energy, such as dark entities or lost souls, or demonic stuff, or like heavy energy, and you can usually feel it when you go into certain places, this heavy, just this really heavy foreboding feeling of not really wanting to be there. And again, that's because something either is there or something has happened there that's created this manifestation of this energy within that environment. So it needs to be cleared away, it needs to be cleansed, it needs to be healed, it needs to be treated, or it just needs to be kind of removed and just let nature take over, and let nature just heal it and get rid of it, and grow all new plants, wild shrubberies, things like that just come through. The rain, the wind, the sun, it just removes and heals the planet. He heals that area itself, and so when we go into places and we can feel that, and we feel that heavy energy, we know that, or we have a feeling that there's something there, something has happened there. It's the same thing as when you walk into a room where there's just been an argument and you can feel it, and you say, I can cut the tension, I can cut the air with a knife because of the tension, and you can just feel it. And it's exactly the same thing when you feel that, because it's an energy, and because you're an energy being, you're an energy body, your soul, your aura is aware of that, and then your other more metaphysical abilities and feelings will start kicking in, because you're more aware of it, because you're tuning into it and you're feeling it. So it's kind of like everything in life has a frequency and has an energy, and yes, there can be both, and there will always be light and dark, heavy energy, positive energy, and it's this yin and yang, and it's about having balance. But it's also about having balance within ourselves, and understanding that if we're constantly looking at the negative side of things, then we will just keep being in that state of negativity. So we just need to break out of that, or else you will just give it. The more you go back to it and stick with it, you are just giving it more and more power, and you are feeding it, because it's kind of stopping you. The other side of negative energy that I want to talk about is things that can kind of latch on and attach as well. So things like entities and heavy energies and dark energies and all that sort of stuff that can cling on to you, and especially if you go into places and you're not protected, or you don't know what you're doing, and they can kind of it can kind of hone in on weak individuals, and it'll target them, and it'll hone in on them, and then because it's found a weaker individual, it might have an idea of something that it can manipulate within that person to make them weaker and weaker and weaker, and create all sorts of different things going on in their life to make them think all sorts of other different things to break them down gradually. And some places that a lot of people go into, such as very busy environments, so pubs and supermarkets and shopping malls and really hectic, busy places, they carry a lot of this, or they can carry a lot of that, because there's all these people busying themselves about, walking around, doing this, doing that, and totally unaware that they will have all these things on them or within them, or have all these thoughts, have all these feelings, all these emotions, positive and negative, that are going through them, and creating this energetic whirlpool within them, this vortex, and they leave a signature wherever they go, and that's kind of when you watch programs and they talk about residual energy that's being left, that's kind of like what it is. It's the residual of what people are picking up on, of what was there, It isn't there any longer, but it's left a frequency. It's left this residual kind of. It's a bit like if you think of like the wake of a boat. When a boat goes through the ocean, it leaves a wake behind it, and people can track the journey of a ship by following where the wake was, and it's that kind of residual thing that's been left. So if you think about that all this residual stuff that's been left by all these people that are thinking and feeling and saying and doing all these different things that are positive and negative, they are leaving this trace signature of energy around. And then we walk in and we wander around and pop and pop, and you start feeling and picking up on things. And it's nothing to be ashamed of, because we've all got them. We've all got entities, we've all got blocks, we've all got attachments. It's just part of life, and it's about understanding them and how they operate and being able to work through them and release them. And once you have the knowledge and the understanding of how they work and what they are, then you can start looking deeper into it and being able to release things. So we're walking around, and you may be going to work. You go to work, it's a busy environment, maybe it's a busy office, it's full of stress, it's full of maybe frustration, maybe anger, full of other people that are going through all their different things as well, and you're in the middle of it, and you're in the middle of all this soup. It may be an office environment, so you've got all this Wi-Fi that's around you as well, which is another negative energy, which is kind of like attacking you unknowingly. And because we can't see it, but sometimes we can feel it, we're just kind of like totally unaware of it until you start going down a path of energy work, or wanting to discover more path of healing, or on your awakening journey where you're more aware of vibration, energy, how energy works, and being able to heal, remove, resolve, and do your shadow work and go into all that sort of stuff to help your energy flow better. Because the more you look at, if we take example shadow work, the more you look at your shadow and you release the stuff that you don't need, and you shine your consciousness upon it, and you realize that, well, the reason why I've been held back is because I've had this in my life, or there's been that in my life, and that's keeping me kind of trapped and blocked in this loop. Once you start to expose it, then it helps to release that, and then you go through the work of releasing that emotion, shedding that emotion, and going through various things that you need to go through, that your body will do physically. It will shed it. You will have colds, flus, diarrhea, sickness, sneezing, vomiting, all that sort of stuff. You'll go through various physical changes for your energy to shift it through the physical body and get rid of it. And that's how the body purges and gets rid of a lot of this sort of stuff. And that's the same with healing work. When you're doing energy work, energy healing, people may not feel always at peace. They may not always feel relaxed. They may not always feel floaty, but they're not always meant to feel floaty and relaxed, because there isn't any healing going on if that's what they always feel. That there needs to be something where things are getting shifted, things are getting released gradually over time. And so when we come back home and we've been out, we've been to work, we've been in this stressful situation, we've been in this stressful environment, we've been to the supermarket, we've talked to Bob down the street whose mother's just died, and he's really grief-stricken and full of emotion, which is understandable. That's not a negative thing. That's him releasing and purging the emotions that he needs to release. Then you come back home and you're like, oh, just so whacked out. And you're like, well, I know I've been at work, but I feel like even more whacked out than usual. And that's because there's been all these extra things that have been happening energetically to you, zapping your energy, zapping your mind, your body, your spirit, your emotion. And when you come home, you bring that home with you. So unknowingly, you've now got all this energy that's been kind of hanging on to you and zapping you. you've now got it within your aura, within your auric field, and you brought it into your home. And now that starts to affect the people in the home around you as well. And that's kind of like how energy works. It doesn't die, it just moves on, it transcends, and it goes from place to place, and it goes through the various shifts that it needs to go to. So if it's negative, then it goes through the various shifts that it needs to go to create more negativity. If it's positive, then it builds more positivity. So it creates these two huge like catalysts, these two huge vortexes of white and dark, yin and yang, all that sort of stuff. So then when you come home and you're feeling like this, well, what do I do? How do I shift it? Why do I feel like this? Why am I getting this sudden headache, this sudden migraine? I can't shift this headache. I've had it for days. What's going on? Bing bong, it's probably a negative energy that is zapping you. It's making you feel drained. It's making you feel low. And it's something that needs to be cleared. It's something that needs to be released. And so what I found, one of the best ways, I'm going to show you a few things that I use. One of them is Palo Santo, which is a fantastic tool for cleansing your aura and just generally smudging around your home. It's not great for cleansing a room because you don't really get enough smoke off it, but it's good for it's definitely good for working around you and working around your aura and cleansing away the energy that's kind of linked to you. And it's about creating a practice within this, because I'm just burning some Palo Santo, so forgive me if I'm not looking. So Palo Santo, we just need to, I'm just going to set the intention for all negativity that is no longer serving your highest good to be released within this, from my aura, within this Palo Santo smoke. And you can think that out loud, you can say it out loud, you can think it in your mind, and just have the intention that that's what you want that to do. The next thing you can use is sage. Sage is extremely good, however sage is extremely powerful, so I wouldn't use sage on my aura every single day because it's so powerful it will just continuously blast you. That's why I use Palo Santo around my aura. It's got more of a gentler vibration to it, whereas sage is kind of like a jet wash, it just blasts. And so there's a couple of really good tools. Other things that you can use sprays. There are some good sprays out there that you can get to clear negative energy. You can put certain crystals around your house. I have an obsidian above the front door, and that's to stop negative energy coming in. And I also like to use Agua de Florida, which is again it's a shamanic thing, but that's really good just for you can put it in a spray and dilute it, and you can use that as well as a spray around yourself. Just put it in some water, maybe half a capful or something like that, and put it in a little spray and use it around yourself. Or I sometimes put it just between the palms of my hands, rub it together, waft it over my face and waft it around my aura, and that can shift stuff off as well. Sound as well is a really good, so singing bowls, using a singing bowl around your aura and feeling the vibration of the sound, using it over your chakras. You don't need all 7 different tones for the chakras when using sound. You can just use one singing bowl, because one tone is great for shifting stuff within your aura. It really is such a powerful way of working. Obviously there's various forms of energy healing and energy practices and meditation which can help. Also affirmations are extremely good for releasing and getting rid of anything that no longer serves, and putting that intention there as well. Intention is such a powerful form of healing yourself once you become aware of what may be going on. So even if you've got like a headache and you don't know what it is, just speak to it and just say, look, can this be removed? Can you please take this away? Take away this headache, take away this pain. And over time it will eventually ease off, it will go away. Because your guides, your helpers will be there assisting you. Although you may not be aware of it, they will be there helping you to heal physically. And they will shift stuff off. Hypnosis as well is another great way of clearing things that may be from past lives, that may be linked to you. So yeah, I mean, there's many different forms of healing that you can go down with regards to cleansing and clearing negative energy. So, but what I will say about negative energy, when you do cleanse and clear it, then there will be a lot of stuff that goes on physically within you. So when I've done home and land clearances with Reiki, what I've found is that the clients that have used it, about a week after, everybody in the house has come down with a cold or a flu. And basically that's because all the stuff that's been connected to them within that house that isn't serving them and it's being shifted on, it's their body now releasing, it's now getting rid of stuff that they no longer need. And a couple of clients that I've had that have used the home and land clearance service, they've been actually quite poorly. But that's them purging, it's getting rid of stuff, because those clients in particular that I did, there was a lot of stuff in their home and connected to the land that needed to be helped on and moved on. So if you do come down and you don't feel great after something like that, then look at that as a positive, because it's shifting something, it's moving something, and your physical body, because you're mind, body and spirit, because you're a physical, mental and spiritual being, it has to go through the various layers of healing. So you have to get the energy to flow, and like I always say, energy can upgrade so fast, it just happens. But the physical body takes a lot longer to heal, to remove, to release, and to let go of anything that isn't serving. And so that's a little bit about negative energy. Once you come to the understanding of what negative energy is, and you try to instill and bring more positive energy into your life, and be mindful of your thoughts. And being mindful of your thoughts, a great way of being mindful of your thoughts is going to meditation, because then you become more aware of the constant chatter of what's going on in the back of your mind. And a lot of the thoughts, a lot of the things that you do think, feel and do are totally useless, and usually negative speech about yourself or about other people. So it's just being mindful of that. And we're all guilty of it, we all do it at some point. But it's just being aware of it and understanding that it's there, and knowing that what we're thinking or what we're feeling and what we're saying and what we're putting out there, we may attract. So just be aware of that. And the more positive thoughts, the more positive affirmation that we can use, the more positive feelings, the more light, the more positivity that we can bring into ourselves, it will make our lives and our journeys that little bit easier. And it'll be a lot easier for everybody else around us as well, because they will start to feel that positive energy, they will feel that shine, they will feel the power from your aura, and they will feel it within themselves, and it'll make them feel a little bit lifted and a little bit better, because you've got this positive vibration around you. So time after time you'll hear people that are like, I don't want to hang around with them, they're just so negative, it drains me, it makes me feel drained. And that's exactly what it does. It drains you, it brings you down, it makes you feel low. Or I'd rather go out with such and such, or I'd rather hang around with them, because they're so positive, they're so happy, they're so happy-go-lucky, they're just on a really good vibe, and I'd rather hang out with them. So that's what they do. And that's how positive energy can help on your journey, and how we can be mindful and aware of negative energy and how it can affect us. Okie dokie, so there we go. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's given you a little bit of insight into how energy can work and how it can affect us and how it can make us feel low, how it can bring us down, and how we can bring ourselves back up again, how we can cleanse it, how we can clear it. I have done lots of other videos with regards to cleansing, clearing, using various tools, and I've done longer videos more on those subjects, so I'll maybe link them below, give you an idea of how to use sage and Palo Santo, so then you can watch them to give you a bit of an idea. So there we go, until the next video, much love, take care of yourselves, and positive vibes, keep shining your light bright. Toodaloo for now.